Welcome back, you guys, to another What If. I just want to, since I got inspired by this YouTuber who was basically doing a manga about Krillin, keep pushing his limits after Gohan failed to defeat Cell after Cell killed all the Z fighters, but Krillin survives somehow. But he kept his training and keep training until he learns the Kaioken times 10 and 20. So this is what I'm gonna make do. So I'm gonna this Deku's gonna be trained by a strong martial artist. So the day of Deku basically being quirkless, and Deku was devastated. And when he got home, Inko was worried about him. Like, he looked so down. And she knew a friend that can help people. But they are not willing to do it because they think he's a quirkless person too. And Inko asks Deku, does he want real power? His mom, Izuku looked at her confused, like, "What, Mom? I don't have a quirk." He said, "Not for this." And she really told Zuko to go to bed and everything. Basically, Zuko wake up and they was going to a martial arts school that had literally the turtle name school on it. And barely any people take it seriously or just don't go at all. But there was one, when Deku walked in, there was one specific person that was there. And it was a brown-haired girl who was the same age as Deku. And Deku was like, surprised to see a girl. And she was on the first day of the same day as Deku, so basically he got up and met the martial arts teacher, and his name is Krillin. Krillin says, "Oh, hey, Inko, how's it going?" And she kind of explained the whole situation with Deku and everything. He said, good. I got 2 new students. He said 2? And he looks, and Uraraka's the only one there. He sees the brown-haired girl again, because he thought she would have left by now, but no, she didn't. She had a determined look on her face. And he told Izuku he's not the only quirkless person here. And then Izuku looked at him and looked back at the girl. And he said, "Alright, students, time to introduce yourself." And Izuku walks up scaredly to Uraraka. Don't know the name. To the girl. It said, "Hi, my name is Izuku Midoriya." And the brown-haired girl said, "Hi, my name is Taka Uraraka." And Krill said, "Alright, explain your quirks." And they said, "We don't have quirks." He said, "Good. I don't have one either, but I got stronger than everything." They took this seriously and said, "Alright, what's the training?" And Krillin put them through training. Breaking them, not like fully destroying them. Well, while Krillin is putting Uraraka and Deku through training, the two will start forming a bond of training so much. Basically, they train harder than anything. So basically, Uraraka is more like a little bit more bulkier, and Deku's more bulkier. Like in basically Deku's ripped. So is Uraraka. She doesn't show that much. Deku is basically getting so strong with Uraraka after learning some fighting combo moves. And they physically got strong, and Deku and Uraraka got taught ki control. After they learned how to use daily ki and how to utilize it, Krillin told them to spar with each other to see how far they grow. They do this till they turn the age of 6. Yeah, to the age of 6. No, actually, age of 7. Because that first time when they had to train, it was like at least at 5. And they keep getting trained harder and harder until they master their ki control. And Krillin said, this next thing I'm going to teach you is called the Kamehameha. And if you know the techniques, he showed them to them, and they said, wow, that's amazing. Krillin said, don't flatter it. And they pushed their body to the limit. They got a full mini-sized Kamehameha, like how Goku did in original Dragon Ball, basically. They could shoot it at that rate. And they got the Destructo-Deuce, so with flare. So that's all they have for right now for techniques. But for the main technique, it's called the Kaioken. The Kaioken. He told them about the Kaioken amplifies the multipliers and everything, and it will destroy their body if their body is not ready for it. They nod and learn the basics. They kind of got the basics down, and to their surprise, since Deku and Uraraka was trained so hard for that long, Uraraka and Deku can use Kaioken times 4. That's all they do for this because they're still like 7 years old. So they thanks Master Krillin, and Krillin thanks them and hope they become great heroes. And he told them to name their quirks the Kaioken. I'm gonna explain what kind of quirk, the Kaiokens they get. Uraraka's Kaioken is pink, and Deku's is red. So, for no one can expect they have the same quirk. So yeah, Deku got the red Kaioken as his quirk, and he told them about the abilities about the quirk. So yeah, he got his official name, the red Kaioken. And for Uraraka it's the same thing, but she got the pink Kaioken. So basically they got the quirks down. Deku really doesn't bother talking to Bakugo, but Bakugo tries to bully Deku, but Deku just literally leave me alone, Katsuki. And Bakugo's like, Katsuki? No, you used to call me Kacha. He said, not anymore. He's not disappointed about Bakugo, he's just disappointed he do this to quirkless people. And when Uraraka's turns at her school, she has the same problem. So basically, yeah, everything goes differently a little bit. Bakugo really trying to fight Uzugu because he thinks he's better than him, and he said, Katsuki, why you think I'm better than you? What bring this up? He always tell Bakugo that, and Bakugo actually looks up on his actions for a bit. Yeah, Deku really hasn't done anything. Really hasn't done anything at all. And the same thing is on Uraraka's side. Same thing Deku's saying to her. Same things Deku's saying to her bullies. For her bullies, she says the same thing as Deku, and basically they keep. And after that, everything goes almost similar, but Deku and Uraraka do keep in touch because they got phones. And buff. Not like Uraraka is like so. I would fall in love with Uraraka right now, but everything is. But. Basically, Deku basically is well, Deku is basically talking to Raka, get to catch up a bit. They do raise their. Actually, they still stay at Kaioken times 5. Actually, what was it? Kaioken times 4. Kaioken times 4. I think. Yeah, Kaioken times 4. They stay at that level for right now until they really train. Yeah, basically they train until like it was like the fun. Go to sleep. Oh no, go sleep. Lay down. Yeah, basically they trained to like the whole thing almost happening similar in the canon about orientations, but that could Urarakas are in like different schools, but they do the same thing, but really doesn't use their power. After their Uraraka doesn't have a Bakugo person in there, so no one will talk shit. Because she does take some bullies down, and they said she has a powerful quirk, so. But Deku doesn't do anything, he just likes surprising people. After Deku is like orientation, all that. Like he wants to go to UA. Everybody was about to laugh until I almost called Deku Goku. Deku does a Kaioken test too, and it cracks the room a bit. And they said, never mind, they don't laugh at Zuku. Bakugo really doesn't do anything because he basically reflects on his actions. And Deku and Bakugo get that slow relationship. Slow relationship to like a little bit of being rivals because Bakugo been pushing himself to catch up to Deku because Deku always have the upper hand. Because for Deku and Bakugo, they have a beef going on that Deku always wins Bakugo in, even in his base form without using the Kaioken. Until Bakugo does a big exposure, he does the Kaioken times 2, and Bakugo does see that. So basically, the whole thing happened, the orientation. So it goes to the Sutherland. Deku wanted to fly, but he said, I prefer energy. And Deku gets a text from Uraraka saying, what's up, and how's your day going, and everything. And yeah, Deku was a bit distracted, but he sensed menacing intent, and he texted Uraraka fast. And he said, I'll talk to you a little bit later. And he dodged the sunshine and just started weaving. After that, Deku just sent the Ki Blast, dispersing. After that, Deku pick up the pieces and all that. All Might comes, Deku give him the sludge and he explained what happened and all that. Except for the cord part. He said, good enough. He said, you'll be a great hero. That lights up Deku a bit. And he calls Uraraka for the 10 months about picking some trash up from the Bacon Beach. And she said, bet. And they just went to the Bacon Beach and started cleaning that motherfucker. Like, dead ass clean that bitch. They cleaned that bitch. Clean. And only like 10 days. I mean, no, not 10 days. It was like 10 months. Like 5 months. And they do start continuing their training because since, like I said, Krillin was there to train 2 students, but they didn't know what students they were, and they kind of vanished after he found the true students of his characters. all that, and bam. Yeah, so Krillin disappeared, so. After that, they raised their Kaioken from 4 to at least 6. Kaioken had 6. And they keep getting completely stronger and developing techniques. Now, Rakadeki can do a massive Kamehameha wave. Yeah, so Deku and Uraraka got a super Kamehameha waves. They find their techniques perfectly better, and they are martial arts masters. That's good. Yeah, so basically they are martial arts masters, do not to be underestimated with. Yeah, so they was getting trained into the entrance exam. I'm gonna leave it off here because I don't want to spoil anything else. So yeah, so I will leave it here and give you a big, more interesting one. So peace out and like the video if you like more, and I'll may make them overpowered in the next video. Peace.